It worked. It did, really. I forgot. There it goes. Now it's us, Randy Rhodes and Dave Globin here for Boogie with the Bull Tuesday night. Whatever comes out of our mouths, some politics, some news of the day. Uh, as close as I could find, they still don't know where Mitch McConnell is or if Mitch McConnell has passed away. They are saying that his wife, Elaine Chao, left and went to China. So I don't know. They did find Mitch unconscious and took him to a hospital, or said they took him to a hospital. We don't know if he's passed from whatever it was. Best wishes to him, because I don't want to see anybody die anyway. But hopefully we will get some term limits. We'll get a good government in there that cares about the people of this country and goes from there. What do you got to say, Randy, while you're actually sitting in what looks about 2 inches lower than me?
Well, supposedly a Republican actually spoke to me. Just my screen here a bit. There we go.
There you go.
Actually spoke to him, I guess, today or yesterday for almost 20 minutes, and they discussed the Iranian thing, and they discussed some other things. So supposedly he's alive, he's well. I didn't know he was married to a Chinese woman, which kind of shocked me that that's even allowed. Because when she was in the hospital, he was in the hospital. She flew to China and met with some top-ranking Chinese officials.
Yes.
Something like myself. Well, how much information is she providing to the Chinese? Getting it from her husband.
She's well known. Elaine Chao is a former Secretary of Transportation, I believe. So I mean, she's well known in Washington circles. She's probably more well known in Chinese CCP. Circles,
yeah, that'd be a concern for me.
We don't want to go there. We just
maybe we should.
Well, maybe we should, but let's not say we did. We are live on the Dave Logan profile because I'm looking at the two ugly guys doing Boogie with the Bull tonight. I'm looking at that live chat, which is open and ready to speak if you want to. And the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel is open also. www.youtube.com/@ that's shift number 2 Dave Globin will bring you here, and anybody and everybody is welcome. If you can hear me or see me, you're more than welcome to come and do whatever you want to do. And if people need a link, I will be more than happy to send those that should have a link.
So I have quite a bit. Oops, I don't want to do that.
So
I have a couple of things I want to talk about. First thing I want to do is bring it back.
Okay.
I wanted to change screens. Oh, come on.
Bring it back. One back.
Yeah, come on back. Darn it.
As you can tell, I'm having a good time doing this tonight.
Let's do it this way.
It's hot, and the weather reports seem to be it's going to get hotter the next 3 days here in Florida, where I am, probably where Randy is too, on the East Coast.
It's actually been in like mid 80s now, so it's not as bad as it was last week. It was like 90s, high 90s, but with the heat ratio like 101, 102 degrees. So it's actually calmed down quite a bit. But
inside our tin can, as I call it, it's reached about 90 degrees, which means that it's probably well over 100 outside.
So I got a series of short videos I want to share with you.
Okay. I have to go to this one.
So I actually follow a couple of people from Europe, primarily. I'll get that. Stop. uh, primarily
uh, 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 uh,
like spending time here in the United States, and they're talking about their experience because France, England, Germany, Australia said they came here for the soccer games and how terrible our country is and how dangerous it is. You shouldn't go there, but the people themselves are having the opposite
okay.
experience, and they're posting what they like.
I will put it back over your face. I just didn't want to cover your face while you were speaking. So give me a second. There you go.
For you. And I've just got a comment, and it's made me emotional. I'm sure you've seen the thousands of Brits and Europeans travelling to America for the World Cup, but someone commented this: you're the poster boy for America. And look at this. Here I am in 2021, the date's there, trying a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, trying all American things over 5 years ago. And to now see other Brits and Europeans experiencing America like I have for the first time, it's beautiful. It's amazing to see. And to sit here and be a bit of a flag bearer for it, that feels good. I knew the day would come where America would receive its flowers. And it's taken a World Cup, but it's happening. I'm very, very happy for you, America. But it feels good to look back on. It feels good. Because I've always known you deserve the love. And now you're finally getting it. I'm proud. This red coat is proud, America. I'm very, very proud. You deserve it.
So, that's just one of them. I got a couple more, but it's just like I think Trump had something to do with us getting the cup, correct?
I just didn't want to start it because.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm pretty sure that Trump had something to do with convincing the officials to bring the cup to the United States.
Oh, I'm sure.
Of course, he did all the things to try and make Washington D.C. prettier and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
But the things that people are posting, the Europeans are posting here, they can't do back home.
Yeah.
And I actually have the next one here. This one here is pretty cool. This one here is of them shooting off fireworks, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny, kind of hilarical, but here it is.
This July 4th, and that is what, Jace?
With some kabooms.
We've got some big boys.
That is massive.
It is, isn't it?
I don't even know where to start. Which way around do we light it?
Let's have it.
Where's the fuse?
I actually don't know.
I don't understand.
Maybe that's the fuse.
Really?
I don't know. Okay, first test the rocket. He's got a bug. Okay, let's just get it out of the way. Okay, get a lit, Jace. Shit it out!
Now, if they were Americans, they'd be standing right next to it.
Oh! Yep. Next up, freedom reigns.
Freedom reigns.
The irony of a Brit. Okay, you ready?
I don't think I'm ready. Freedom reigns. Wait. Whoa! Whoa!
Oh my god!
Mate! Freedom! Freedom's reigning!
Freedom is reigning!
Have we...
See, that's something that they don't do in England. They can't do it. They're not allowed to. So let me get to another one. I like this one where these guys are in a bar and there's a Budweiser ad on the wall saying, we give thanks to all the military people. They have all different military insignias.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I want to show. Which one do I want to show? Here. I'll show one more. This is it. This one here is cute. This one here is cute. Then we'll start talking.
I'm just trying to get out of work. Just trying to leave work, that's all.
Only in America would somebody be this calm in this situation. Trying to leave work? I'd be going back in. The way she's talking is like she spotted a pigeon. What do you mean, just trying to leave work? Where do you work? Jurassic Park?
I'm just trying to get out of work.
So it's like, They started popping up on my feed, and I started following them and others, and they're just so surprised of how their countries told them that it was terrible going to the United States, and they're having the total opposite. There's some English guys watching, I guess, a Texas game because they have Texas cheerleaders. And of course, they were, commenting on the cheerleaders. Say, well, we can watch 90 minutes of this. Don't worry about the game. Let's watch 90 minutes of them, doing their thing. And another video was about this guy was at this big supermarket, not supermarket, but like a shopping mall, and he said, "You can't believe it. There's bloody flags everywhere. There's a U.S. flag there. There's one there. Look at the size of that U.S. flag. You won't see that in our country. We get thrown in jail for flying our flag." And it's true. I've seen videos where the English police officers are arresting the citizens for flying the English flag because it offends a certain part of the community. They can't fly their own flag in England. So they were from Sweden, France, England, Australia, German, Scotland, all beyond expectations. And the one guy said he would love to try and live here if he could. But it just goes to show that our country is not as bad as we see the bad stuff, because we live here all the time. These people come here for the first time, experience all the good stuff. But, maybe we don't give our country enough credit for having enough good things because we're always seeing the bad stuff in our country. I don't know.
The Democrats are falling apart on what they're doing. So it will be funny to see between now and the election how much further they fall apart and what exactly happens. Graham Plattner took a big hit today.
He did.
A lady has accused him of forcing himself in while he was drunk. Of course, he denies it, but everybody associated with him in the Democrat Party has seemed to signal that maybe it's time for him to leave. I don't know if they will find another person or if they will just let Susan Collins, the Republican, who's really a rhino, but let her run unopposed and see if she gets elected again. I don't really know.
I was looking at some things from X and a couple other news feeds. Did you see what's happening in New York?
Yeah. Well, I know that Mamdani has told them that thermostats are to be at a certain degree, and his office at City Hall is much warmer. I did also laugh at a picture of him that shows him behind George Washington's desk, but it questions whether or not he realized that he's sitting on the wrong side of the desk because all of the drawers are on the side that you see. Plus, it looks like he's sitting at a fireplace.
Now, that one I haven't seen.
Not in a chair. He's just basically sitting on the ledge of the fireplace. But I think New Yorkers are going to put some pressure under Hochul to get past a bill that allows them in New York City to remove the mayor that they're not happy with. And if he keeps forcing people to leave who have large amounts of money and they leave, they're not going to come back and pay higher taxes, which means pretty much I think you might see the end of the Mamdani administration anyway.
I don't think so because of him, 13 Democrats, socialist communists, won their preliminary election to run in November. So he has a pretty heavy footstep. The Democrats themselves are upset because of the way things are starting to change in their own their own party, but they're doing absolutely nothing to make the corrections to keep it from happening. But what I was talking about in New York is, Madami's trying to take over all these various buildings and turn them over to illegals and so forth for free, rental apartments. So there's this Pfizer building, I guess it's empty, and he wanted to make renovations to it to allow people to live there. So he put it out for bid, but instead of going with the union construction companies, he went with the lowest price possible, non-union.
Of course he
And
did.
now the building is getting ready to collapse. They show video and pictures of the beams that the people put in are starting to bend. The concrete is cracking. The bricks are falling. They're trying to save the building, but they had to evacuate the area, all around this particular building in case it collapsed.
He's just proving to me to be an idiot. That it's obvious that he does not care about the U.S. citizens of New York, and he's trying to do his best to get rid of them, and I think he's going to find that it ends up being him who is gotten rid of.
I hate to disagree with you, but I'm going to disagree. I don't think he's going to get replaced. I really don't. I think New York City has fallen. I think there's some others getting ready to fall. So let's get into some of the things I have here.
Okay.
Get back to the beginning. Well, I do have to take screen grabs with my devices. Okay, so let's see. So I don't know if you're aware, but Trump right now is over in Turkey talking to them.
So let him get off the plane.
Obviously, off the Cater plane, right?
No, I saw him get off of Air Force One,
Yeah, well,
which is actually, according to the Navy, known as a bridge plane, a plane that will serve until the Air Force Ones have been delivered from Boeing.
right, but
And it won't be delivered from Boeing because Boeing says they have supply chain issues, and they've said that they have supply chain issues. And the Qatari plane is a Boeing 747. It was built by Boeing for the Qatar royal family, but that's where it stops. It went to a company called L3 Harris to be converted.
it is. It's already been converted.
Right, but that's where it went to be converted, and it was done for, I believe, far less money,
Yes.
and it was done much faster.
Yes.
And I don't know what they had to get to make it an Air Force One, but they did it.
Yep,
And we're
and that's-
using it. So
that's what he's flying. He said, "Look, I mean, I haven't seen an inside picture, but what I've been hearing is it's almost like a royal interior, all the design of it."
yeah, they removed the insides to do the conversion to an Air Force One, and there are rumors and or fact that it belongs to the Air Force, and they can do whatever the hello they want with it. And I guess plans were floated at one time. I don't know if they're still going to do it, that they were going to decommission it when it's done and send it to his presidential library, sort of like Ronald Reagan did with his.
Can you imagine a library large enough to hold that plane?
Oh yeah, Ronald Reagan.
That's be huge.
Ronald Reagan's presidential library has his Air Force One right in there, right in the ground floor. They flew it down there. They opened the doors. They drove it in, and they parked it.
So, while he was in Turkey, obviously the Turkish government wants their hands on our F-35s, and they would have had them back a couple years ago, but they pissed off Trump and his people because they went and with Russia and bought the Russian anti-missile system,
Yep.
and Trump and the Congress was concerned that if we sold them the F-35s, they would turn around and sell um, uh, the design of the plane to the Russians, which they then would be allowed to use to shoot down the F-35s. So for right now, they don't have them, but I think Trump is leaning towards giving them to them, selling them to them because of their support for the Iranian conflict and so forth. So who
I
knows?
guess again, he has told them. I've confirmed it with a trusted source that I like to use. That again, he did say to the Iranians, "You either sign on the dotted line, or we blow the hell out of you."
Yeah. Well, right now, Iran has attacked again our bases, and they are shooting at the oil tankers. So once again, we're again blowing them up. I think Trump should just end the damn thing, go in there with everything we got, flatten Iran, and then start rebuilding from scratch.
Yeah.
This is his going back and forth to have 30 days of peace so we can talk things through. I think that's over. They can't be trusted.
That's what it looks like.
So throughout the conversation, one of the reporters asked Trump about Greenland. And he said that Greenland right now is surrounded by Russian and Chinese ships. And he said that Greenland is too important to lose. And he will continue to try and get control of Greenland for various reasons, And I can see him doing it because we need to secure that part of our hemisphere.
But a war with a country that likes the United States and is ruled by the king of Denmark means that he has to take on Denmark or get Denmark to sign the bottom line, and the king doesn't want to sign it. And I believe that it is the king's plan that everybody who wants a peace should be up there and claiming peace, but only if they're all going to work together. Not one country gets it and the rest of the countries don't. They want everybody to work together and be there.
It doesn't work. I mean, they always seen that with Ukraine. What was going on with Ukraine? Ukraine just launched 450 drones to Russia. Russia shut down all but I think 24. Zelensky's been very, I said last time, he's hitting the oil refineries. And you would think that Putin would be putting some type of defensive system together to protect the oil. And he hasn't listened to me yet. So he's losing refineries. And he again said today that he's using the missiles to hit Kiev that would normally be carrying a nuclear warhead, preparing people that, the shit's going to hit the fan soon.
Well, it should, because Zelensky's just doing what he can in the time that he has left. And Zelensky's not getting money from the U.S. anymore. He's not getting money from the Biden administration anymore because there is no Biden administration. So he's going around to the European Union and trying to get money out of these countries. Canada, today I heard $900 million that can be spent on Canadian military equipment. It's not like they're handing him $900 million and saying, do what you want with it. It's very specific. Like he's got a line of credit for $900 million to buy what he needs.
My question is this, all the stuff that he's getting, does he have to pay that back at some point?
I don't think he's going to be around. I don't think he's going to be around to do that. I think he will, when there is the next election in Ukraine, I think he's going to be secretly escorted out of the country.
Well, it's been 5 years now with the war. I mean, when's the next election?
when
And that-
when the war's done.
yeah.
I guess he gets to continue serving because they're in a war, and that's why he keeps this thing going.
Well, United States went through wars too, but we had our elections.
Right. But we won those wars. Or, well, I don't know. But
So you hear about the governor from Massachusetts, what she's being accused of?
I heard she's in trouble, but I don't know for what.
So she diverted almost $100 million in taxpayer money to give to illegal immigrant families.
Yep.
And this is how it broke down. $30,000 each for housing over 2 years, $4,000 monthly for cash assistance, $500 monthly in food aid, free health care, and free cable.
I hope those people take whatever they get monetarily and just leave. Just go someplace else. And because she's just in trouble up to her eyeballs. She, at some point is going to be stopped. What's her name? Elizabeth Warren today was at a campaign stop for Graham Plattner and talked him up one side and down the other, and then all of a sudden this afternoon she took that back. So
now I don't know what state
it's time for Massachusetts to flip red.
I don't know what state this is in, but the name of the town is Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan?
Yeah, that's it.
That's Canada.
Oh, is it Canada? Okay.
I think so.
So this mother is complaining to the school board because her daughter went into the girls' room. It's a multi-stall girl bathroom, to find a boy who identifies as a girl in the bathroom. So she's at the school board complaining, now why is this boy who identifies as a girl allowed into this girl's bathroom? And the school board came back that we have laws that state that a transgender boy who believes he's a girl is legally allowed to use the girls' facilities. And this mother, it is Canadian, you're right. And this woman is trying to say that it violates, the female designated washrooms rights under Section 7, 8, and 15 of Canadian Charter rights. But the school board is not backing down. They're allowing this boy to use girls' bathrooms.
We need to either post a police officer who says, no, you will be arrested if you use it. I will stand outside and make sure you don't get hurt while you use the men's room, but that's not going to happen because they're just going to hide the men's room and take him down anyway. I said this early on and you all laughed at me. I said, well, the school district needs to build transgender facilities if they want to have
I agree.
transgendered students. And that means your taxes are going to go up again so that they can build these transgender facilities. And even if you don't have students in the school district anymore, you're going to pay taxes so that they can build these facilities. Or they just don't, they can take a lot of old schools that are probably just sitting there and convert them to transgender schools.
Well, most people, anyways, who owns a house, pay school taxes till they die. Even
Well, yeah.
it's, so those, and school tax is always going up because we gotta build a new gymnasium. We have to build a new extension. We got so too many students. We need a bigger library. We need money for the football team. Blah 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 blah. So your tax will go up.
Football is usually paid for by there's a booster club of older students who have graduated that are that usually take good care of the football team.
There are Middle Eastern countries and Eastern countries where men can have their way with young girls and so forth, but India is starting to clamp down. There
Good.
was a 13-year-old girl. I won't go into details. She was kidnapped, sold, gang raped by 32 men. Blah blah blah. And she managed to escape. Someone else caught her. Did the exact same thing. She managed to escape, and the people in this town found the guys responsible. They tied them up in a string procession, rope procession, and paraded them down the streets, allowing the people to take whips and so forth and whip these men. And then, of course, the people are demanding that the government puts them all to death. It's a shame that it happened to her, but at least there's going to be I would say at least 50 men who are probably facing the death penalty.
Yeah, but then some Sharia lawyer is going to be standing there going, no, you can't do this because it violates Sharia law. And knowing the Democrats, they'll agree to that. But, we're going to be in sad shape if the Democrats win this country in November.
Yeah.
If they take Congress in 2016, the House and the Senate, they will take the presidency in 2028, or they'll be ruined before 2028. Who knows?
Yeah, I got a bad feeling about the upcoming November elections. I hope I'm wrong, but I
They
got
don't.
a bad feeling.
They don't seem to have a front runner except maybe Bernie Sanders, who's been paid before, I guess, not to run, and he's 80 something years old, 84 years old, and he'll be 2 years, he'll be 85 years old when he 85, 86 when he starts being president. Do you really want that in America, or do you really want Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez at the table with Iran? Do you really want that? She might do okay with Putin, but I'm not Putin, Zelensky. But do you really want her going around doing our foreign policy? No.
I know supposedly Kamala Harris is looking to make a run for the presidency.
Yeah, but she's
not.
she's in trouble with Gavin Newsom over in California for something, and he's in trouble anyway. So, or possibly because of a sting operation that finally broke something, and who knows if he talked or he didn't talk or spent money illegally. I don't know. So he's probably out of the picture. J.B. Pritzker is probably out of the picture because he's from Chicago, and he is the governor of the ugliest presidential library ever built, and that will probably get him done. And I believe, but you can't quote me on it, that Trump actually opened a Trump hotel not too far away from the Obama presidential monstrosities.
Mm-hmm. I know the Trump business is trying to build a hotel in this one country. I forget which one it is, but the people are fighting tooth and nail to keep them from building it. Which I remember which country it was, but they don't want Trump's hotel there for some reason. Iran is bragging.
Turkey has him there, and they seem to be happy. They just, they seem to be happy to have him there today.
Yeah. Iran is bragging about how they're able to shoot, and Zelensky as well, shoot at these tankers. What kind of threat can they? I mean, it ain't like the oil tankers have anti-ballistic missile attached to them. So yeah, you can only fly a drone into it, either be Zelensky or Iranians. It's an easy target. I mean, that's nothing to brag about.
I don't see Zelensky doing it because he's going
to
have.
He did to Russia's oil tankers.
He won't do it to a U.S. ship because he'd have to explain to the U.S. while he's in somewhere locked up.
No, I'm talking about Iran is bragging about.
He probably died before he got out.
I had two different topics there. Iran is bragging about how they're hitting these ships, but they're oil tankers, so they can't shoot back. And Zelensky's bragging about hitting Putin's ships, but they're oil tankers. They can't shoot back. I mean, what?
I think
There's no.
I think Zelensky might be hitting refineries as he said that he might be, but I think Mr. Putin is smart enough to let him know that, yeah, go ahead, hit this refinery. We'll just hit you up for $100 billion after the war to build a new one.
Well, that and the fact that after they hit the refineries, Putin hit back really hard with the at Kiev.
When Assad was president of Syria, I believe he and Trump were on the phone all the time. And Trump was very adamant, I'm going to hit your country. So get whatever you, and this is where I'm going to hit. Get everybody, the people, the military equipment that you have there, get them out of the country. And I'm sure Assad probably said, well, you know what? I probably have that base bombed. It's an old base anyway. Have it bombed, have it destroyed, and then collect money from the insurance company and build a new one.
I know Trump mentioned that the meeting in Turkey, how he is pulling back his support for the military for the European nations. He named them and said that why would Sweden be spending hundreds of billions of dollars when they are not there when we need their help? So he's looking. Don't be surprised before his tenure is up that he's going to pull our troops out and he's going to pull our money out, and Europe's going to be on their own to fight their next war.
Yeah, but if he loses the election, they'll be right back there.
It depends on who wins it.
Will send them right back because they know that it's a money pit that these countries are going to end up giving to them. They're going to end up paying for U.S. support to be there. I could be wrong. I mean, it could be the glory days of the United States all over again in the next election. I don't know enough, and I keep saying this, I don't know enough to really make a feeling on Vance as the next president. And I don't think Rubio will announce if he's going to run until the last possible time, because I think he's working very well as Trump's Secretary of State. And I've said before, Obama put Hillary Clinton in as Secretary of State because it is the most single position within the government that teaches you everything you need to know as president. It teaches you how to be president. You're on the phone with all of these countries around the world. You're going to all of these countries around the world. You're doing things all around the world, and you're just ready to go. And I don't think Rubio actually wants to give that up. Not that he'd have a choice if we lost the election.
I can see Pete Hegseth as a good president, but I think he's having too much fun as Secretary of War.
I think he's having a lot of fun as Secretary of War. I know he's having a lot of fun going around and talking to Elizabeth Warren when Elizabeth Warren says, well, don't you want generals not to join military defense contractors for 10 years after they've left the government? Would you take that choice? And he looks at her and he says, with a smile on his face, I'm not a general.
So Texas apparently has 50 mosques that opened up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area within the last 2 years.
Yep.
And a woman doing research about it indicates that Greg Abbott is received $14 million in donations to his elections. I haven't been able to confirm or not that, but if Greg Abbott is getting money from a Pakistani Muslim, it would explain why the mosques are being spreading across Texas.
They're going to have a hard time convincing churches because now I guess the big thing is they're saying to churches in towns where they are that the church bells cannot be louder than their prayer bell. And I'm thinking to myself, no, you can turn your prayer bell off during the time that we ring you can turn your mosque bells off during the time that we ring church bells, and we will go from that. Just like you don't want bacon in school, don't eat bacon in school. That's really what it is. I mean, when they start driving these Muslim community patrol cars into areas that really care about them not being there, you're going to see them not there. When they hit up some of these county sheriffs and say, we're going in, they're going to be told, nah, no, you're not. I don't care how much money you got, but no, you're not.
We talk off and on about how England has clamped down on the freedom of speech and social media and so forth. The EU just ruled and passed a new law that's going to allow the authorities to read every private message with no limitations.
Well, all these countries around the world, I think, can try to pass it. The Democrats can try to pass it here, but I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't think it's going to happen. I mean, I could be wrong. They knock on my door tomorrow and they ask for my computer. They show me a warrant because that's what it's going to take. I don't have a gun, so I'm not going to get into anything crazy with them. But if they show me a warrant, I'll probably drop it on the floor trying to hand it to them. And they're not walking, they're not walking out the door with all of what I have because they're just not walking out with all of what I have, They're going to try to take my phone. Well, no, I'm a 64-year-old man who has Lewy body dementia and Parkinson's. You're not taking my phone away from me. You're not taking my phone. And my old technology collection is here on my desk. 3 of the things don't work anyway. I just haven't thrown them away yet. And the 2 that do work are so old that I know you don't want them.
I've mentioned before about the series we watched called Justified.
Mm-hmm.
And I mentioned that the lead guy has that X-rated cartoon on oh god.
Yeah.
Anyways, Netflix. No, not nothing. It's Netflix. Not Netflix. Anyway, he and the other lead, Timothy Olympin. This guy has his X-rated cartoon, but the other guy who played the lead bad guy, I don't have his name handy, but both of them have new shows coming out that I'm going to mention to my wife after I get off here, and we're going to set the TV up to record because we like them as actors. I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to be doing in these new series. It's supposed to be like almost like a spin-off of what the Justified series was. But along with that is I'm glad that Paramount picked up all the Star Trek series, the original plus new ones. They're coming back. CBS has their spin-off of NCIS Los Angeles, bringing back some of the characters we know. Also, DiNozzo is coming back to the original NCIS show.
I think a friend of mine, a guy named Rick Busey, played the sheriff for a while on NCIS New Orleans, I believe. I haven't talked to him in a long time.
Yeah, Sam Hanna's coming back. Yeah.
The only times I really talk to him is when I all of a sudden delete a whole bunch of people or a bunch of groups and save a bunch of groups, and then I realize, oh yeah, I haven't talked to this person in like 10 years, but I know him.
Yeah, I actually got a phone call. I'm still not used to my iPad ringing as a phone, but sitting here doing some work, and it was a previous client of mine for Ancestry. His name is Morris Myers. I mentioned him before. He's the guy who I found. He's a descendant of a slave.
He had some books, didn't he?
No, that's different person.
Okay.
So, anyways, his sister was online as well, and they both had concern because another client of mine, Regina Musser, reached out to Morris and said, "Hey, did you know we're related?" And she, told her how we're related, through my research and so forth. And so he was planning on going from Texas to Florida just to visit, and because Regina lives in Florida. So the sister was concerned. She's concerned for her brother, and they reached out to me, wondering what the hell's going on. And I finally put all the pieces together in my head. So, I said, yes, they are related, but distantly. They're not really close relations.
Okay.
But that, and I explained to her how the whole thing works and how, in some way or another, we're all related to each other. But I said, I know Regina. She's a good person. You don't have to be concerned about her. So that put the sisters' mind at ease. But since we're on the talking about ancestry,
I have a question for you. Okay. Rabbi Saul, the 24-hour king of Poland, is directly related to King David. But I'm related to Rabbi Saul, but I'm not directly related to King David.
Okay, you can't use the word directly. Directly means like bloodline, like father, son, uncle, grandparents. You're distantly related. So, family here, family there, family here, family there, family here, family there. But my family works down to you. So it's not like it's, it ain't like you can, go to Israel and say, hey, I'm the king of Israel now.
No. I'd be like John Kennedy and King Ralph. They knocked on my door and told me I was the king of somewhere. I'd probably, if they told me I was the king of England, I'd probably turn it down.
No, it's not that. It's not that close, but distantly related. And it's like all my Confederate friends. They want to relate to General Lee. They have to relate to General Lee, right? Yes. And I finally make that connection. But I said you're distantly related, And I don't know how they, whoever designed the computer did the track all the family connections, but it's a long list, and when you print it out, it's like 5 pages long. Here's General Lee, and here you down here. Yeah, you're related, but distantly.
I gotta ask you another question also, because you talked about it, and I wanted you to talk about it anyway. What do you do if Ancestry is like, you have a bunch of stuff that you've taken from, I guess, Ancestry and put it aside and stored it on Ancestry, but it's like you can't get it anymore. What do you go do?
So what happened is I've been doing this almost 10 years, right? Mm-hmm. And I start like 5 years ago. I started saving. When people would finally get done, they found all they wanted. And they leave me. I saved a tree on a thumb drive and also on my desktop, just in case they decided to come back. And
I know a guy who did that.
Yeah, and I won't mention any names, Logan. And sometimes they come back for a few more months. And luckily, I can take the backup tree, go to my account, reload it, and everything I found, the pictures, the documents, the videos, the people, everything gets rebuilt.
Yep.
2 days ago, I wanted to archive one of my clients because he's leaving me. And when I went to do the archive, like I normally do, go to ancestry.com, go to download history, the GED, and all of a sudden here's a screen saying, just so you know, this is all you're going to get. And all it was the people. No pictures, no documents, no notes, no video. That was it. And I looked at the holy shit. And I tried another tree, the same thing. So I called up and said, what the hell is going on? Well, we decided that when you do a download to GG file, all we're going to give you now is just going to be the people. I said, what about all the work that we do? Of course, I'm talking to a lady who can't speak English, right?
Right.
And I got real pissed off. I was yelling, I was screaming, and I said, you advertised your own genealogist. They're $1,000 to $3,000 up front. People pay that money, and they expect us to get the research back. But all you're going to give them is the tree, the people, not the pictures, the documents, the video, all that stuff that you add in. And she said no. And I said, that's ridiculous. Well, you can download the pictures. I said, yeah, one at a time. I said, I got one client that has 24,000 pictures. Right? Do you realize how long it would take me to download individually 24,000 pictures? Well, you can print them off. I said, do you know how much paper and ink is going to take to print out those pictures?
You won't be here this Thursday.
And and this happened to be July 4th. No, it wasn't July 4th. It was the day before, I think. And I was upstairs talking to Ancestry, and my ex-daughter-in-law, they're divorced now, and 3 of the grandkids came to visit. I was pissed. I came downstairs yelling and screaming and cursing. The kids are there. My wife says, calm down. No, I'm not going to calm down. This is what's going on. And I was furious. I said, I need to hit something. I need to hit something. I said, do you realize how much work I put into these trees to find out that when time comes, they're not going to get 3/4 of my research? I said, they're paying me for this research, and they're not going to get it.
Right.
And, my wife says, go outside. You're going to be this thing, go outside. So I did. I went outside. And I called Ancestry. I called Family Search, right?
Yeah.
Family Search. Ancestry used to be Family Search. Ancestry back in the years bought the database from Family Search is owned by the Mormons. They're the ones who started it.
Okay.
And I reached out to her, told her what's going on. Well, you can do the same thing here. I said, well, explain to me how that works. Well, you create a tree and you get your clients, and as if they're related to you, I said, they're not related to me. I said, these are individual people. They're not connected to me. Well, I guess you can't do it for. I said, it was a waste of time. But I got all these trees saved in my. I'll probably have to wind up just deleting them because they're taking up memory space. Now I did have Morse. When he was questioning me about this relationship to Regina, I did upload his tree, and luckily the people were there. But can I get back the pictures? Yeah, but it's going to take me 10 times as long because I have to go into each individual person, touch them, right? And Ancestry say, oh, he's working on this guy, so let's bring back those pictures, right? And when I was talking to Ancestry, I said, do you realize I had a person? She gave me 18 4-inch binders of nothing but pictures, wedding announcements, birth announcements, christenings, the whole 9 yards. That it took me 5 years to upload, and they're all gone.
Are there companies out there you can use, or they all going this way?
Well, 23andMe is primarily just to find out what you're allergic to.
Okay.
I mean, you can build a tree, but it's not like Ancestry.
Isn't 23andMe already owned by Blackstone, who owns?
No, I mentioned that before. They're owned by somebody else, but they're in bankruptcy because they got caught, selling people's data and DNA information. So they're in big trouble.
Okay.
All I can say is, I did a live broadcast, and hopefully, I looked. Entry has over 30 million customers, and I said to them, did you reach out to them before you made this decision to find out how they were going to respond? No. I said, maybe you should have, because they're paying you money to do the research, find out that it's not going to be there when they leave. all I can think, and this is get to the last. All I can think of is that they needed the memory space because now Ancestry has this damn AI that answers the phone, right?
Yeah.
Hi, this is Angela. I'm an AI agent. How can I help you today?
Yeah.
Agent. Oh, well, I can help you. Just tell me how can I help you? Agent. Okay, well, what kind of agent do you want?
Human. I'm known for that around here because everybody has an AI that answers their phone, and I hate that very much. So I'm very adamant that I want a human representative. What kind of representative? A human representative. What kind of representative? A human representative.
And then you get that person from India. Do you speak English? No, you don't. But someone speaks English, please.
Well, you have to ask for an AI who speaks English.
And on top of that, I pay extra money for other things like ChatGPT to colorize the pictures.
Yeah.
So essentially, my money is being thrown. Now, as long as they're here's it says,
I've had the free access of ChatGPT.
Yeah, but
I've never used it, but I started using it, and I didn't like it.
The free ChatGPT allows me 10 pictures a day, and I do more than 10 pictures.
Yeah, I know.
But Ancestry said, well, you could leave their tree active and give them full access to the tree so they can work on it themselves. I said, do you realize how many trees I would have active on my paid account that I'm going to allow someone else to use for free?
Yeah.
Because when they leave me, they're not paying me anymore. Right. But Ancestry wants me to allow them to work for free off of my dime paying Ancestry.
Yeah.
I'm a nice guy, but I'm not that nice.
You're not?
No. I mean, geez.
How was your 4th?
How's my what?
How was your 4th?
Oh, it was okay.
Good.
You get to be my age, and your family dies around you. It's not like it used to be where we go to my parents' house and we had the barbecue and we had the fireworks in the backyard and all the food, and the family goes and visits and so forth. My mom and dad were the party goers. So all the uncles and aunts and cousins go to my dad's house for all the big events. And when he passed away, it ended. And nobody picked up the mantle to try and keep the party going.
Yeah.
And in a way I can, my dad had military access to go to the base to buy all the food for cheap and all the alcohol for next to nothing and so forth. When that ended, people had to pay out of their pocket to bring the food and whatever to the house, and it just ended.
That's true.
And it's sad, but so just my brother. He lives like 2.5 hours away from me.
Yep.
And it's me, my son, in all his wisdom, divorced his wife, and so that's a huge mess right now.
Yeah.
So we don't see him hardly at all. The funny thing, and this is going to sound bad, but
did he download all his pictures from Ancestry before he left?
What?
Did he download his pictures from Ancestry before he left?
Oh no, my tree is still active, so he's still on my tree.
Oh.
But when they were married, we might see them as a family like maybe once a year, Christmas time. But now that they're divorced, we're seeing her and the grandkids like once every week and a half. Good. And it's like, you tell me it took a divorce for us to see our grandkids more frequently?
Sometimes
Yeah.
it does. It's sad, but sometimes it does.
And we raised, Claudette and I raised our daughter and son, almost the same way that we were raised to, respect marriage and family and so forth. So I don't know what the hell happened to my son. I think in a sense he took after my brother. My brother was married 4 or 5 different times. And he has 4 biological kids that he doesn't even talk to anymore. He married the last woman he married. He's actually staying with her the longest, and she has like 5 girls. So he, treats them more like his biologicals than his 4 biologicals. And I just don't want my son to be doing the same thing, but he's going down the same route, and it's a shame.
It is. Anything else you want to say tonight before we
No.
pull
You
the
know,
ball?
it's just that family is important.
It is.
And if you have your mom, your dad, your grandparents still with them, love them. If you want to do your own family, research, uh, uh, and your grandparents are still living, please take my advice. Get their DNA tested. At least you'll have that because a DNA test of a grandparent gets you a lot closer to the distant relatives because they came from another time frame altogether. Um, Keep in mind that if your grandparents take certain medications, they may not be able to create enough spit to put in that tube, but save it and just keep spitting into it. Eventually, they'll get enough to where they can get the DNA tested. Uh, don't wait till like when I was working with Ancestry, I had this one person who wanted to get the DNA test of the grandparent. The grandparent was on their deathbed. And I was like, why wait that long? You know, uh, and then of course, they passed away and they couldn't get that DNA tested.
They're
Um,
not going to my graveside, knocking on the grave and asking for a DNA sample. I'm sorry,
yeah.
it's not going to happen.
So, and then of course, follow up with actual research because DNA can only take you so far. It's the actual tracing of your tree that gets you the furthest. And that's the magical tone for saying the show is over. If you guys have any questions about ancestry, about your family, reach out to me.
Yes,
If you have
please.
any comments about what we talked about tonight, put it in the messenger and we'll bring it up next time we're on.
We will. Next Thursday, I mean this Thursday at 7 o'clock Eastern. Again, we are live on the Dave Bloven profile on Facebook, and we are live on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel over there on YouTube. Both have chat rooms so that you're welcome to chat along with us. And Thursday will probably be again just whatever comes out of our mouths, hopefully with whatever comes out of your mouth.
There you go. Take care.
All right, Randy. Thank you for coming.
Yep.
Okay. Randy Rhodes, All Roads Lead to Home Genealogy. If you are at all interested in your genealogy, talk to him. I know he's probably figured out a lot of what he's going to do. Just may have to do it more often. His prices may go up a little bit. I believe so, but when you find someone who does good work cheap, sometimes that's the person to go to. So, if you are at all interested in your genealogy, talk to Randy, and he'll see what he can do for you. Like I said, it does cost, but it's cheaper than it is with anybody else. You're not paying $1,000 a month like you are with Ancestry or anyone else. Hey, it's time to take your 8 o'clock mouthful. Please do. And oops. And you may see things on Facebook every once in a while. You may see me blast someone who's the group owner of a group that I'm stuck in, literally stuck in. I'm stuck because it decided when I tried to leave it that I was the only admin, and it won't let me leave because I'm the only admin. You're not allowed to do that. Which is really not true because I took one group, I cut all of the admins out of it, and then I cut me out of it, and then I sent it into the Facebook sphere. And if anybody finds it, they can be the admin of that group. So I don't really know what's going on, but in being told that she has talked to Facebook like 6 times and still not gotten it done, and every single admin and her and me have tried to remove me because, like I said, I just got to the point where I had done what I was there to do, and I was going out the door. But Anybody who's been stuck like that, let me know what you did. And hopefully maybe I can try some things that just work. Otherwise, you know, I'm just me, and I write stuff to my groups as often as I can write stuff to my two groups, Boogie with the Bull Uncensored and Red Patriots for America, as well as I help in a bunch of other groups as an admin. I've been doing this stuff for 17 years, so believe what you read, what you hear, but I will tell you the truth if you ask me. And you can come here and ask me 7 p.m. Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. And I'll always tell you if you got any questions. I like doing what we do. We were live on my profile on Facebook, and we were live on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, and we might be podcasting to a few other places today. We'll probably hit X today or tomorrow, Streetlock today or tomorrow, and let me look around in front of me. Maybe Threads. I think it might go to Threads. It doesn't get to Instagram, but I got a trick up my sleeve to make it work on Instagram. So we'll try that and see if you like it. I've been approved to post over there, but every time I go to do it, they change it and tell me I got to do something else. And I can't figure it out. Get it all worked out, and then they're gone. But anyway, I'm Dave Globin. You're not. Go to, like I said, go to Red Patriots for America. If you are a Red Patriot for America, invite all of your friends to the group Boogie with the Bull Uncensored. It's soon going to be changed to Boogie with the Bull. It will be a public group just like it is now. A lot of other good groups. Conservative Freedom Defenders, we help them as much as we can. President Trump face belongs on Mount Rushmore, I think is the actual name of the group. It's a new group. Invite all of your friends. Invite yourself to become a member. And as soon as I make you a member, invite all of your friends to become a member. We talk about anything and everything in there. We're just one of those groups that we talk about anything and everything. Donald Trump group. If you type in and look for Donald Trump group, you will see a red, white, and blue. You'll see red and white kind of blowing flag that has Donald Trump pressed on. That's the one that you want to look at. Anyway, anything and everything. If you got any questions, you know where to reach me. So come and ask me. We'll slide up here, hit this one, and say, boom, we're out of